The pick is in.
With the 32nd pick in the 2026 NFL Draft, the Super Bowl champion Seattle Seahawks select Jadarian Price, running back from Notre Dame. Locked On NFL Draft is sponsored by Kalshi. Trade draft picks in a live market with no house. Download the app. Use code Locked On. Get $10 when you trade 10. Kalshi, trade on anything. I'm Kevin Ostreicher, joined now by Corbin Smith from Locked On Seahawks. And Corbin, feels like there was a lot of buzz towards Jadarian Price going to the Seahawks at 32, especially after Seattle lost Kenneth Walker to the Kansas City Chiefs. For you, was this a pick that you had circled in red pen on your mock draft that was a guarantee, or did you think the Seattle could have gone somewhere else with this pick?
Well, I thought the way that the draft unfolded, you had several really good corners that fell a little further than I anticipated they were going to. That changed things a little bit. But then Miami jumped up and got Chris Johnson, a player that the Seahawks were very interested in. I don't know if it was to the point they would have picked him over Jadarian Price, but Seattle had multiple trades happen right in front of them. They didn't have the ability to trade down, and Price was the guy that they had identified from the start that they were high on. They loved the explosiveness, the home run hitting ability. Not many backs in this class have that, and that's what they lost with Ken Walker going to Kansas City. So he was my pick for Seattle on my final mock draft. This fits what the Seahawks love to do. He's at his best running the wide zone and stretch run game. This should be a really good landing spot for him with a talented football team.
And now you have a potential opportunity for Jadarian Price to probably play a pretty decently sized role for Seattle this year, considering Walker is gone and Zach Charbonnet obviously recovering from his injury. How do you expect this running back room to shake out in Seattle this year?
It would be a disappointment if Jadarian Price is not the number one guy when they open the season. George Holani, I believe, is going to be the number 2 runner, and that's a really good fit for him. I just don't know that he's a feature back in the NFL, but he's a nice little change of pace runner with some physicality. They've also got Emmanuel Wilson they got from the Packers, who I expect is going to get some run in short yardage situations, gives them a big guy that can move, run well. So they've got options, but this is the home run threat that they were looking for to replace Ken Walker III. So I'm expecting Price to be the right price for this backfield and get a lot of carries early.
And now with Price in Seattle now, where do you think they go with the remaining draft picks that they have? Are there any other positional needs? You mentioned corners that fell. Could that be an option potentially for them in the later rounds?
Yeah, I think the second and third round, they've only got 3 picks left in this draft. They wanted to trade down to try to recoup 1 or 2 selections, and it just didn't play out in their favor. But they got the running back they wanted. Now they can look at corner or edge, which to me are the 2 biggest needs they have in their roster. Trying to find another right guard that can compete with Anthony Bradford would be an under-the-radar one as well. But corner and edge look like the 2 spots that they'd be most likely to attack with their second and third round picks. And right now, only 1 pick on day 3. John Schneider likes to trade, though, so it's possible he could still get a few more picks before this draft is over with.
For more on the Seahawks, subscribe to Locked On Seahawks wherever you get your podcasts.